This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And I'm Kaden.
And he's back for one more.
Hi, how are you?
Hey there.
Hi.
Hey. So, it's getting late, but we got some awesome topics. So this is the point where young children may or may not want to listen to this. So make your choices, parents. It's not bad. We're not going to talk about horrible things, but we might ruin some traditions.
It's also a parenting tactic. You don't want your child to know your trade.
Exactly.
It's a secret.
Yes. So nothing vulgar, nothing inappropriate.
Nah.
Just parental trade secrets.
There you go.
If you hear that, wouldn't you be like, what are they really up to?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Mind control.
Subliminal messages. It's like cinnamon. Cinnamon. There you go.
There you
I have to
go.
think about it. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Worcestershire Shawshank Redemption.
Right. Does that give you enough time to get your kids out of here? All right, here we go.
All right.
This is what we're talking about. We're going to talk about the misleadings of children.
Yeah.
Or as children. How about that? This
Yeah,
sounds
boy.
really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got some potential.
So, what we're going to talk about is the stuff you were told as a child, or you have told your children, or somebody has told you to mislead you or misguide you in one way, shape, or form.
I got more of those than anything because I was super gullible.
You know, as your first boss, I don't think I ever gave you anything like that. Did I ever send you for the soup cutter or the fryer
Oh my
key?
God.
No, none of that stuff.
Bucket of
I just
steam?
remember the dish. A bucket of steam. We send guys out for shoreline.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I'll start it out. So in the restaurant, for a long time, so now these restaurants don't exist anymore, but the summertime, Gibraltar Grill,
Yeah.
and it was Diggers, and then Wild Tomato. We still ran it when Britt bought the Wild Tomato, but we would send any of our new international students out for the soup cutter, the fryer key, or the bacon stretcher.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are the
man.
three things we would send them out for. But usually it was the fryer key. And we had one girl go to 4 different restaurants until she finally went to the... So she went to Summertime, White Gull, and then Gibraltar Grill. And Wild Tomato, then the Gibraltar Grill. And this was... We just told her to go to White Gull to get it. To get
She
the
was
fryer key.
determined.
Well, and then... And then the White Gull sent her to Summertime. Summertime
man.
sent her to Wild Tomato. And the Wild Tomato sent her to Gibraltar Grill. And then finally, when she got to Gibraltar Grill, the guy was like, there's no such thing. Really? Like, ding.
Yeah.
So what it is, you send them out for the fryer key. You send them to a restaurant. And that restaurant is supposed to say, oh, shoot, we just lent it to whoever. And it worked perfectly. It worked flawlessly. So we do that, or we had the bacon stretcher, the soup cutter. We have this old, like, Door County rock-blown basement in the basement of Julie's. And we'd send them down for the bacon stretcher, the soup cutter. And for those of you that don't know, there's no such thing as a bacon stretcher or a soup cutter or a fryer key for that matter. So it's kind of like blinker fluid.
Yep.
No such thing.
Precisely.
So there you go. There's my first one.
We had,
Yeah.
That was notorious. Yeah. We did that like... We used to do that at Sister Bay Cafe, and then we'd have people from Al's coming to us, and then we'd send them to like Grassie's or whatever it was at the time, and then up to
DC Deli,
Husby's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zoe's.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I've seen plenty of people go around town. Or there's always like, like the pancake stretcher, like you said, like bacon stretcher, something like just totally off the wall in the restaurant world that you like the bucket of steam.
Yep. Yeah, we had the same thing in the trades. Some of the younger guys, wherever they would be, we would, have them helping us out. And, if they were having a hard time, we would just say, you know what, why don't you just go and look for that wood stretcher? Or
Board stretcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the main one was, we want to make sure that we got all of these lines pretty straight. We got to lay out a bunch of stuff. So if you can go and find me some shoreline, we should be good to go. So we would have guys that would be missing for half an hour, 45 minutes.
Looking
boss
it
would
up on their phones.
And the boss would be, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you guys making any progress? Oh, we got someone on a scavenger hunt.
And they'd be like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, I get you.
I think that's something that's killed some of those trade funds like that is phones. Because you can look that stuff up now.
Yeah.
Like some kid will be in their car and be like, no, come on, what's a bacon stretcher?
Yeah,
And then,
right.
all right, fine.
Yep.
You know, so we haven't done it in years now. We haven't even received anybody in years.
I don't think it happens anymore.
Yeah, it sucks. But maybe I'll do it this year.
Yeah, you might as well.
It's
worth a try.
Yeah.
We got a couple people coming in as H-2B visas. So they're 6-month work visas.
Okay.
And they're from Honduras. So I'll send them out for the bacon stretcher.
There you go.
Why not?
No.
Give it a try.
Try to do it, in Spanish or something like that. And so you're butchering the language.
Exactly.
And then you're telling them, go and get the bacon stretcher, but actually you're just saying, like, go and grab my hot dog.
Yeah. You're just going to leave it at that?
Yeah.
Go and grab my hot dog.
Go grab my hot dog.
My hot dog palate. I don't know.
You're just making stuff up.
Butcher the language.
Send them up to Bruce and just be like, hey, go get whatever that is that I need.
Yep.
That doesn't exist, please.
Yep.
So,
Thank you very much.
All right. Give us another one, Kaden.
Well, my brother, for the longest time, I still have a problem with marshmallows because of it. He told me that marshmallows were made out of bone marrow. They're made out of horse bone. So I was like, there's no way. And he said, yeah, you see all those little bubbles? And then he showed me like a picture of a cross section of bone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bubbles look exactly the same. They just take out all the color and stuff. It's just white. And I could not eat a marshmallow for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it freaked me out, man.
That's a rough childhood.
Yeah. Well, and it was also pretty fascinating to know that, like, bone marrow itself is so sweet. My mind was blown. But I just couldn't believe I was eating just bare bone. That was a big one for a while.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my grandfather used to warn me that if I needed my carrots, I'd go blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he used to tell me that I would grow hair on my palms if I touched myself too much.
Wow.
I've heard that one as well.
So those are the ones.
You have hair on your... Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's really just rubbing off.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think it'd be the opposite way.
Yeah.
So we used to do that in college. We used to walk up to guys, and you'd be in a group of guys chatting or BSing, and you would say, man, did you know that you would whatever on whatever appendage? Like, or you would say, oh, did you know that your palm will start doing whatever? I'll just say, like, do you know if you play with yourself too much, like, you'll grow hair on your palms? Mm-hmm. And you just watch the crowd for people that will look at their palms.
Yeah. It's just an instant teller.
Immediately call them out. Joe, I saw you do that.
Yeah.
And just make fun of them for days.
Yeah.
So, all right, JP, you got one?
I used to tell kids that Blue Moon ice cream was made out of Smurfs. But that doesn't work because, like, kids have no idea what Smurfs are.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to come up with, like, some kind of, like, different color, or not different color, just, like, something else that's like that
Squidward.
color. Yeah.
Squidward's
Squidward.
friends.
Yeah.
Squidward's family.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right. Tell the hair one. I like that one.
Well, my grandpa, he was known for being a smooth talker, and I was a picky eater when it came to vegetables and whatnot, even crust on the sandwich. So when it came to eating crust, my grandpa would say, well, you gotta eat that. That's how you learn how to whistle. There's something in there that actually helps you whistle. And sure enough, I just started to just take it as it was. But then the other one that I think he said to me more when I was younger, and so it didn't really matter as much, was that, you gotta eat your Brussels sprouts, buddy. Why? I don't like them. Well, if you eat your Brussels sprouts, it'll actually put hair on the balls of your feet. Grandpa, why would I ever need hair on the balls of my feet? Well, that's just so when you're in school, you can sneak up to the girls and they don't hear you coming. Yeah.
And sure. to give you a visual of who Don Rondo was. He was coach.
Yep.
Known as coach, wore tracksuits almost every day.
Yeah.
And he was like a small town community coach. Like everybody knew him, and there wasn't a person that wasn't coached by him or had some effect by. I mean, he was awesome. He used to come into the restaurant all the time, and just those little tales, the little jokes, like that's all the time.
Yep.
All the time. I mean, from the last day that I saw him, that's what he did. Like, just awesome. So, hearing you say that, I can just see him sitting at the table, like, yeah, just that little smirk on his mouth.
I'm starting to say these things to my little brother-in-law. The crust has definitely been mentioned.
Yeah, the whistle of the crust.
Yeah, and it's been tried.
Uh-huh. So
you didn't try whistling with it in his mouth or anything. Like,
that would be interesting because I think he would just be a little missile.
Do you remember the cracker challenge?
Yes.
You have to put a cracker in your mouth and try to whistle.
I didn't know.
I remember that. Yeah.
Just eating as many saltines as you could.
Oh no.
Yeah. You eat like 11 of them, but since you could. Just like soak up any sort of fluid. Yeah. Yeah,
it was just one of those things when you're sitting around the lunchroom table. You just say it so your buddies would spit cracker everywhere. Yeah. I bet you can't put one in your mouth and whistle. Crackers everywhere. So, oh no, I lost it. So my children. This is horrible. I don't know where I got this from. But when my kids, when kids are younger, they overreact to everything. Bumps, scrapes, anything. They just start screaming. Yeah. So I would always walk up, oh my goodness, and I always carry a pocket knife. And I would always take the pocket knife out. I was like, I'm ready. And they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, I'll cut it off. It won't hurt then. So it did. And then, what? And I remember the first time I did it to my daughter, she freaked out. And I had to put the knife. I was like, I'm just joking. It's a joke. I wouldn't do it. And then from that day forward, every time I say that, she just like rolls her eyes. Like, especially now. Like, you want me to cut it off for you? Shut up.
Come on,
whatever.
Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Now she's 11 with attitude. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah. And then my son too. And then I was with Juliana Schick. Her kids were out with us playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of her kids tripped over one of the juniper. Another reason I don't like junipers. People trip on them. Horrible bushes.
Yeah, junipers hate children.
Junipers are garbage. Junipers hate children.
Yeah.
And that's our campaign we're running on. So
it's our new smear campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
End all junipers.
I hate junipers.
They get me big.
Well, that'll be another Monday episode.
Yeah.
We'll just go on a tirade about how much I hate junipers.
Yeah.
They're worthless. They're good for nothing. They're like mosquitoes of plants.
Stupid ground roots with thorns. And
what's the point of
I don't understand.
Their berries aren't even good.
No, they don't even make a good body wash. Like Juniper Breeze? Who needs that?
Gin?
Gin, yeah.
I don't like gin either. But all right. So what was I saying?
Juliana's kids.
Juliana's kid tripped over a juniper bush. I said, hey, you know what? Why tell my kids? It's like, I'll cut it off. You won't feel it anymore. And she just looks at me, and I'm like, I thought I would have got a reaction. And Juliana looks at me, and is like, I tell her that too. Come on.
Bummer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an old one.
Yeah. All right. JP, you got another one?
Oh, yeah. When my friend's brother was young, he was eating an apple, and he swallowed a bunch of seeds. And so I told him, if you wait it long enough, you're going to have a tree grow out of your stomach, out of your mouth. And his mom was we were driving somewhere. His mom was in the front seat. Just, why the hell would you tell him that?
Oh no!
I was like, I'm just kidding. He was like breaking down, like crying.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. He's like 4 years younger, so I was probably like 12, and he's like 8 or something at the time.
Nice.
He's like, oh my god. I was like, yeah, man.
Hey, well, on
You've heard of Johnny
Arbor Day,
Appleseed? That's how he got his name.
Man.
Yeah.
You got another one?
Ooh, I gotta think about it.
And so we used to do the one with the gum. If you swallow gum,
It's gonna stay in your stomach for
7
7 years.
7 years, yeah. I've heard the 7 years one. And then, we could get into some of the... Nah, that's not.
Did you ever tell your kids that if you ate Coke and Mentos, your stomach would explode?
Pop Rocks is what it was for us.
Okay.
It was Pop Rocks. If you couldn't eat Pop Rocks and soda,
And that was like
you would explode.
I think that's like an old urban legend anyway, but like,
Here's one. So, you know my nickname Gas Man.
Oh, yeah.
So,
earned that name.
My entire life, I've
proved it last week.
I turned off the mic and went.
I know.
Just so you know, the little break, I pooped. Okay.
It was obvious. You were talking about spicy food, and it was rough going.
Yeah.
It was like it was hard to sit back down. It was Bernie. Okay. Not Sanders.
Bernie.
Is that how you? What do they call that? Use that. Whatever. Anyway, I was trying to use an English term from a guy that sucks at English.
Just had it.
What were we talking about?
You got really excited about something.
I was. It was really good. You guys sidetracked me.
Because you were talking about farting. Your name.
Gas Man.
Okay. Yeah. So when we were kids, there was a story. Oh, there's two stories now. I need a pen. I need to write it down, or else I'm gonna forget.
You're gonna write Rapunzel?
Yeah. So
I love it.
Okay. So the first one was when we were kids, and we had we would all be sitting together, and everybody would be chatting about everything, and they talked if you would hiccup and fart at the same time. Yeah, like an eyeball would pop out, but we would say you'd have a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
So everybody would we would sit around and try to figure out how to do it so we could test this theory.
Really?
Like, kids when you're like 8, 10, 12, 14 years old.
Yeah.
So there was that one. And then when I was really young, I think every playground had this, was the kid that was on the swings that went over the bar and turned himself inside out.
What?
Yeah, it happened. At Ruth Brown Elementary School. It happened in Blythe, California.
Oh my gosh.
At least that's what the story was.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Recess is never going to be the same.
Yeah, so he was swinging so hard, he flipped himself over the bars and turned himself inside out.
He went into the upside down.
Yeah, exactly. He what do they call it? What's that show called?
Stranger Things.
He Stranger Thinged himself.
Stranger Thinged himself.
All right. Any others?
Well, I mean, like the stereotypical, it was like South Park, Biggie Smash, Biggie Smash, Biggie Smash. Like you say the name 3 times.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary, yeah.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
We did those.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I still get a little creeped out of Bloody Mary, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Like, I'll do it every once in a while just for funsies, but I say it in my head, and I still think that's going to work,
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, never saw anything. We did it all the time. Never saw anything, never did, nothing ever happened to anybody. No one ever got hurt, but there was always stories. My cousin.
Yeah.
The one time we broke into the rundown psych ward.
Yeah.
I saw her in the mirror.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what Beetlejuice is based off of.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Careful.
Hey, he knows how to party. That is such a good movie. I love it.
That movie's, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I have much of any others. The biggest one was the hair on the balls of my feet.
I love that.
I
think that's fantastic.
Yeah. We even say that, you might hear me say it if we're trying something and it's like really spicy or really strong. I'll say, "Oh yeah, that'll put hair on the balls of your feet."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macho.
That's the nice way of saying that.
Yeah.
My dad used to say stuff that I won't repeat on this podcast. But yeah, some of the stuff he used to tell me was, So, all right. Where can they find us if they want to find us after this episode?
Night_owls_pod.
Mm-hmm. And I hear if you say onenight.owl 3 times in a mirror,
you find out Jeremy's OnlyFans.
You got it. You've heard the same thing.
Ooh.
Now we need to find out if people will record themselves doing it.
Right, and send it to us.
Send it in. Let's get this.
I agree.
Get the discount code.
There you go.
Exactly. You get a free foot pick.
Yeah.
Like a Hobbit foot pick. All right. Door_disc_golf. You can find me and Kaden there. How about that?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That
See,
works.
you like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Score.
But outside of that, if you have anything you want to tell us or discussion topics or anything like that, let us know. Remember, the next 50 orders, I don't know, there's probably already a bunch of orders by this point. I'm forecasting.
Oh, yeah.
If there are anything less than 50 orders, you can still get in your chance to win a $50 bill, a $20 bill, $10 bill, $5 bill, $2 bill, or a $1 bill in your order. I will be giving the next 50 orders, I'll be giving away a bill of some sort, USD, not pesos.
Roll the dice, my friends.
Yep, no pounds. Just dollars. Cash money.
Greenbacks.
Greenbacks. What else is there?
I don't know.
Benjamins.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say Benjamin. No. Wait. That is not true.
That's not a part of this.
No.
Jackson.
Get some Lincolns. Some Washingtons. All right. Keep it subpar. Peace.